So, does your personal brand match the purpose and the mission of your business? If you said, I've got no idea, then you're certainly not alone. Our personal brand is just as important as our business's brand. Have you actually sorted out your business's brand for that matter? Have you thought about how the two can meet and match each other, be congruent with each other? If you're not yet in business, it's still important to think about your own personal brand. Your brand should be reflecting your values and sending out the message that you want the world to actually know about you. Are you aware of what it is that you're projecting out into the world? So your brand is a fairly significant thing. It involves a number of different factors, and one of those we're actually going to talk a little bit about with my guest for today. Hi, I'm Marianne from One Life to Flourish, and welcome to Making the Leap, which is a series for those people who are dreaming or planning of making the leap from their job to having their own business. So I'd like to welcome you to today's episode, and I hope you're looking forward to hearing from my special guest, Jo Puplett, who'll be giving us some thoughts on how she got started in business herself and some tips and ideas around that, as well as having a closer look at how to build your confidence through your styling. Before we begin though, we have a little bit of housekeeping. So first of all, if you know someone who would be really interested in finding out more about our topic for today or about how to become a great business owner, then please invite them over using the arrow that will be down below me somewhere. Now, also this broadcast is going live from My Time TV Live, but it's also being broadcast in a few other different pages at the moment. So if you are wanting us to be able to see you, see your questions, see your comments, then you do need to make sure that you're going over to My Time TV Live. Hi, Sharon. Good to see you here. All right. So as I said, my guest today is personal stylist Jo Puplett from Elevate Your Look. Now, she is passionate about supporting other women to reach their style and personal image goals so that they can actually feel and look their best from the inside out. Now, she has also recently begun another venture with her husband called Why Business that we'll get onto a little bit as well as we talk to her. Now, I know you're going to gain an awful lot from what she has to share today, so it's my great pleasure to now introduce her to you.
Hello, Marianne.
Hello, Jo, and welcome. So good to have you here. I'm looking forward to giving you the chance to share your story with everybody.
Thank you. It's very exciting to be here. So thank you for the opportunity.
That's wonderful. And thank you for stepping in at the last minute as well. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
All right. So maybe if we start with just telling everyone who's watching a little bit about your background prior to actually starting your own business.
Yes. Well, if you could see me 6 years ago, I looked very different in my world of business. I was contracted by the government and I worked in a national organisation, and my background is in employment education and training. So it's a long way from being a personal stylist. So I've been in government, in both federal and state government, and also the corporate world. So that's kind of in a nutshell. And I think for me, I started my business in my mid-50s, and for probably 10 or so years before that, I was thinking, I've just got to get out of this life. You know, I needed something more value to me. It just wasn't sitting right with me, and I wanted to do something for myself. Couldn't figure it out. And then at the age of 55, I thought, you know what? I'm going to have a go. So I started my business. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I sat down with my daughter and we went through a process And I thought I would start selling clothes at markets because I liked meeting people and talking to people, and I thought that might be a nice little introduction to see if I liked the clothing industry.
Oh, okay.
And
So was there
yeah.
anything in particular that led you in the area of doing something so different to your previous career?
I don't know that I really knew Marianne. I think it's like a lot of people that want to go into business, they have an idea, and I thought I actually wanted to open a store. I wanted to physically open something at home and to work from home. And my husband said, well, if you're going to do that, you need to test the market. So I thought, well, I'll sell clothes. Can't be hard. I'll just sell them and I'll go to the market and test the market, as you do. So I did. I had to learn the whole industry and how to order, and I really knew nothing about it. I actually started my working life selling shoes, but that was some time ago. And so I had been in the sort of the fashion industry, if you want to call it that. And so that's what we did and really enjoyed it. So that gave my start into being my own business person. And I think, as we've talked about before, it's really heartwarming to see a lot of women approaching 50 and beyond taking that step into creating their own business. I think there's just so many opportunities for everyone now to do that, and to have the courage and the faith to step into that space is really good. So I'm a great advocate for women at my kind of age, and just to step in their own space and really shine at what they do, because we have a lot to offer. And just because we're in our 50s and beyond, or maybe approaching 50 and beyond, doesn't mean that we're not valuable and have a lot to offer. We've got a lot of wisdom, and it's important that we share that.
Yes, very true. And sometimes, well, particularly with women that I meet who are sort of in our age category, there is that hesitancy about stepping out into something that's unfamiliar, that's outside of their comfort zone, even though, they're feeling probably a little bit desperate about what's happening within their life at the moment, desperate, maybe unfulfilled. And it's, such a significant thing for them to actually take that step often. So
Yes.
obviously you were able to do that with support.
Yes.
Is there any advice sorry?
Yes, I did. I had the support of my husband there,
Yes.
so that was good. Yes.
So would there be any other advice that you would give women, in the 50-year-old category or around that, who are thinking about making a change, as to how to go about it?
Yes. Well, I think look at your life, look at your values, look at what skill sets you may have, or look at an interest that you have, and start researching it, and start talking to people that may be in that area, in that space, and get some ideas from them, how they've found it. Surround yourself with people that are in business. So start going to business networking opportunities. Just start living as if you were in that space. And you'll find that you start meeting other people that are doing what you want to do, and you'll learn from them, because we all like to share. Most of us will share our knowledge and our experience, and we will tell you 1,000 things of what you can do and how to do it. And you take away from that what you will, and build that momentum to make that happen for you. When I started,
yes, that's really good advice.
Yeah, when I started on my journey, I'm the kind of person that wants to do everything now, and I had big plans, big visions. Yes, I can do that, tick it off the list. And I soon realized that I had to learn a new skill, and that was patience. Yes, because things take time, and you are learning new things. and it takes time to learn, put that into practice, and then gain the next steps that you need to go through. So, and that's been wonderful. And I think if one of the biggest things I can say to women out there, or men, whoever are starting your business, for me, I started with something because I know I wanted to do something. And as I went along my journey, I was able to tweak it, change it, until 2 years in, I've stopped selling clothes at markets, and I'm now doing my personal styling and my Why Business networking. And I think along the way, I've met many other business owners that have felt a little bit trapped. Once they start their business, they think they have to stay in that zone. So for me, it was, okay, I've done clothes, I don't need to do that anymore. And some people would say, well, I can't not do it because, that means I've failed. But it doesn't mean you've failed. It's a journey. What we start off, many business people will tell you that when you start off doing your business, what it looks like 2, 5, and 10 years down the track is totally different than when you started. So be brave and be courageous, and I suppose be bit flexible. If it's not lighting your fire what you start to do, or you see ways you could change it, then certainly take that next step and change where you need to go.
Yes, and obviously that's what you've learned, because you started off selling your clothes at the markets, and now you've expanded into a totally different area, really, haven't you?
Well, yes, styling is kind of in the same vein. What happened, Marianne, if I can share with everybody, when I was doing the clothing, I had a portable change rooms. And what it meant was women were going into the change rooms, and it was almost like a confessional box, because they started telling me everything that they didn't like about their bodies and all their insecurities, and how they didn't like shopping, they didn't like the size, they didn't like the changes that were happening in their bodies. And I thought, you know what, I can do more than just sell a dress. And that's why I chose to, learn everything I could about personal styling, so that I could offer that service to women. Because for me, that's where I started to go and think that's where I'm on a mission now. So I'm on a mission to, encourage women, and I am there for women approaching 50 and beyond, to love who they are, embrace who they are. We live in such a youthful culture that getting older, we often feel like we're being put into the background. And I want to say, you know what, you've got a lot to offer, you've got a lot of wisdom. Get out there, do your thing, and forget your age. Just get on with life. So I do that through my styling.
Yes. So basically you found your particular passion through that process of, at least taking the step to have a business, and then it kind of grew from there.
Yes. And I know a few women that have also started off doing social media posts for people. And, we all want people to do our social media when we're in business, because, that seems to be something that's time consuming. We all need to learn it. And while they started off doing that, they've now found that they're not so much in that space anymore. They're now more business coaching and that. So, you find your niche. You find your niche.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're actually willing to step out, you can go in all different kinds of directions. It's just a matter, I think, as you've said, of being open to the opportunities, isn't it?
Correct. And have a small business owner, you're flexible. You can generally have that flexibility. Yeah.
So I think you've kind of covered what I was going to talk about with my next question, which is your top tips for people starting out in business. So you kind of talked about patience and flexibility. Is there anything else that you'd say would be a good thing to remember?
Yes. Find a mentor or a coach, because I did that pretty early on, and I found just having that person in the background was a good way of me bouncing off what I thought were good ideas to somebody else, somebody who had the knowledge and skills to say whether that was a good direction or had I considered these options. And being new to business, I quite often I only thought of one option. I didn't realise there were several others lurking around in the background. So they were really good. And so getting a coach or a mentor, I think, would be really valuable as well. And become a bit of an expert in your area. So study up like I did with my personal styling. I went from selling clothes, and I, up until very recently, was still doing that. And I decided to take it one step further to styling and being a colour consultant. So, yeah.
Mm.
Doing things consistently.
Yes, and Sharon got another good tip there. Yes, consistency is amazingly powerful, I think, if you just keep showing up and doing what you've learned, usually what you've learned from your coach, I've found,
Yes.
then you can have big things happen. So very true, Sharon. Thank you for that.
Yes. Well, with my market, I learned very early on that to have the same stall, so that everyone knew to come back, and I would be there every time. So that consistency, people knew where to find me. They knew I was there. They knew what I did. They knew how they could find me. So yes, that consistency really for our customers and our clients as well, so that they know where to find us and how to look for us.
Yes, and it kind of gives them that security around who we are and what we do as well, because we are consistent. We're showing up in the same way each time.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
All right, so I just thought we would touch a little bit on your new exciting venture with Y Business. I know this has got me excited once I heard what you were doing. I got into my tickets to your event very quickly. So, so what is your new business all about, and what's your vision for it?
Right. Well, we've taken over Y Business, so the letter Y in business, and you can certainly find us on Facebook if you want to tap into that. And basically, it's a business networking group where people can connect, engage, and grow. So we want to encourage businesses to connect with each other, buy off each other, promote each other, learn from each other, and just build our local economy through those venues. Now, we've got some big plans for next year. We're having our relaunch in early December, so I'm glad you've got your ticket, Marianne, because tickets we had 80 tickets available. They went within 36 hours.
Yes, no, I'm very, very happy that I'm one of the people who got it.
We do have a wait list. So if you did miss out, and you can find us on the website, on Facebook, you can certainly put in for a ticket and you'll be registered on the wait list. And I should mention that the other sponsors to this event are Switch Start Scale. So we talked about mentors. That's Wendy Perry. She does mentorship, and events as well. So TP events, I should say. Cherie there has been gracious enough to have us at her venue. So it'll be great, and that'll be an opportunity for everyone to network in. And so the plan for next year is to create a membership for the group, so you can join as a member and you'll get membership benefits, and we're holding training programs or workshops next year that you'll be able to tap into. We're having networking events, we'll have online webinars, so it's going to be quite a little buzzy sort of to be in, and building a business community. And the idea is both virtually and outside at different events, you can as a member and grow your business and your contacts. So again, for somebody starting out in business or thinking about getting into that space of being in business, you're more than welcome to follow us on Facebook and see what's there and connect with people.
Yes, I mean, as you've already said, making those connections with other people who are already somewhere along the pathway can be very inspirational, very helpful. I know
Yes.
that last year being part of a group that met once a month was what really got me clear on what I wanted to do with my business. So it, very, very powerful. So I'm really excited with what's going to happen with Why Business for next year. Sounds great.
And we all learn off each other. It's a wonderful thing.
Exactly.
And Adelaide particularly is fantastic at collaborations. So quite often a lot of the eastern states or overseas, you don't get that. So we're very fortunate here that we just jump into each other's space and help out. We're quick to congratulate each other when we have a success, or if something's not going right, we're quick to jump in and support them. So that's fantastic for South Australia. Anyone out there that's thinking about starting a business, you're doing it in a great state. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I mean, the level of support, and I think the lack of sort of a competitive feeling, more of that collaborative feeling has been amazing as someone starting a business fairly recently.
Yes.
Yes. Just noticed Sharon's put up another comment. So yeah, so definitely having a plan on where and what you want to achieve. Absolutely. You need to know where you're going, or you're not going to get there. Have your goals, so you've got somewhere to aim.
Absolutely. Richard and I have been this morning actually setting our 2021 goals for Why Business. So we've got those down. Now we just have to task them out, and I can say I'm probably going to have 90% of the tasks there. So it's all fun.
Yes. No, it's quite exciting with all that going on. All right, so let's now get on to your area of passion and expertise, which is around helping women with their styling. And I'm just kind of going to basically let you lead us where you'd like to with this, and just give us whatever advice and tips that you can, which I'm really excited to find out about. So I'll leave it with you.
Well, I'll talk a little bit about it, and I think probably because we're talking about business, and of course with your business, if you're starting out, you're all, oh gosh, I've got to do this and I've got to do that, and I've got to, what colors do I choose for my branding, and what is my branding look like, what's my target audience, what's my avatar, there's a lot going on. And I think probably one thing that stands out for me is it's a saying that says you've got 7 seconds to make a first impression. And even now, they're saying with, scrolling through on your phone, you've got even a blink of an eye. So the question you need to ask yourself is, what is your impression saying to people? So if you're in business and you're thinking about your personal image and your brand, what are you saying? So if you're not sure about that, think of, let's take a cleaner, for example. If you're having someone come into your home and do a regular fortnight clean for you, because you're so busy in your business now, you can afford a cleaner. And and the cleaner pulls up, they've got some casual clothes on, a bit dirty, a bit raggy. The car they pull up in is filthy dirty, and they get their equipment out and it's looking pretty tatty and dirty. And what's your first thought about that, Marianne, if you were to see that and you've hired them to clean your house?
Well, I'd be wondering how well they'd be doing the job, actually.
Yes, exactly. And so if you can think about that and put that on yourself a little bit, just to have that thought. I mean, if you're in food, hospitality, if you're baking goods, you want to be hygienically, you want to come across as being clean. You don't want your dirty fingernails. You've got to have the look. And I think you align those with your values as well. So your business values and who your customers are. So it's important to know who your customers are and align yourself with your industry standards. So if you're not sure, how to position your brand, your look, your feel, have a look at what other people are doing in the area that you're working in. So do some research, have a look at their websites, even go into their business and see what the culture is and how they present themselves. You'll put your own take on it, but you'll just get a feel of what it looks like, because that's where people start to have that expectation of what you look like. And with styling, and I can give you maybe an example of styling and colours. If you were a counsellor or a healer and people were coming to you to have a session with you around grief counselling or something to do with your health, if you could picture somebody that you would go and see, I mean, the psychology around colours is really interesting, because I know we all know that it has a big impact and what that evokes for us, and it's quite emotional. So if we were seeing someone in a healing, caring environment, we might think, well, turquoise, maybe purples, mauvey colours. It's just that it gives you that feel. And you take a look at even down to the fabric choices that you're dressing in, is you would probably go for a softer, more gentle fabric, because if you're going for the stiff feel and the quite tailored look, you might appear to that person to be a bit standoffish. So if you've got the colours, the flows of the fabric, and there's a whole yin and yang to the way you style yourself as well. So it's quite scientific, really, the way you look at it. So, when we think of colours in business, we think of blues, think about police, lawyers, bankers. So it's all evoking that trust. And if we go to McDonald's, they've got red and yellow because that's lively, vibrant, we want to eat. It's creating that atmosphere. And so I suppose for me, as a colour consultant, I can look at people and say, well, these are your colour palettes, and you get a range of swatches, and you can have your best colours that you can go and select from, and you can actually use that with the way you present yourself in your clothes. And if you want to then carry that through to other areas like your office decor, your home decor, you can use that as well. So that's a handy little branding tool. And look, I'm happy for people, if they wanted to jump on and have a chat with me for 20 minutes, Marianne, just as a freebie, to have a discovery session about what they might consider for their brand. I think you're going to put the email link in. They can contact by me. Email.
Yes. Yep, so we have got the email link there in the comments, so you can definitely use that. So that's already there.
Yeah. So that's, I think for me it is about your presentation, how you want to be seen, having your vision of your business, having your values, knowing your own personality as well, so you can get that coming through in who you are. You don't want to be a cookie cutter of everyone else. You want your own personality to shine through. And it might be that you find your signature branding through your colours. So you often see people, they've just got that look, and you think, gee, they really look like they've got it. They've got the glasses, maybe the coloured glasses with the matching lipstick, and you think, oh, they look really good, and I can never quite pull it off. And the secret to that, a lot of the time, is knowing what colours are actually going to enhance your look, your skin, your eyes, your hair, to bring out that vibrancy and here's that word again, align yourself. I'm a funny person with words. Sometimes I make them up, and sometimes I can't get them out. So congruency.
Congruency, yes.
Exactly. So, to get that congruent happening, so that you just look all put together and professional.
All right, so we've got Sharon again. So, oops, I made that disappear. Let's try that again. All right, here we go. Does Jo only help clients with colours?
No, Sharon. I actually do the full range of styling services, and I'm a little bit different to other personal stylists, and that comes from selling at markets and realizing what women needed from personal styling. And it was more than just take me shopping and find me an outfit, because you get home and some women are fine with that, but other women want to know, why should I be buying that outfit? What are the outfits that are right for me? What are the styles and cuts? So I take them on what I call a style journey. So I educate women and teach them everything they need to know for themselves about putting the right clothing styles, the right fabrics, the right colors, getting your hair and your makeup right for you, and gee whiz, getting your wardrobe overhauled, looking at what gaps you've got, and then taking you on that shopping trip. So, and part of that too is doing a bit of a package at the end with photography, so you can get your headshots and some for your marketing and so forth. So it's really, for women that want to work with me, they want a whole style overhaul, and they want to know how to do it, and they want to know how to put it together for themselves so that they can go off and do it for themselves. So yes, I do other things than colours.
Yes. So it really is very comprehensive in terms of people coming to you if they really just want to understand how to put themselves together, I suppose, in the way that will make them perhaps feel confident outwardly when they're doing different things.
Yes. I'm also an NLP practitioner and timeline therapy qualified. So we can weave a bit of that into it as well. So again, it's all about getting it so that you really feel confident on the inside, so that you can outwardly show. Nothing more powerful than a woman walking and feeling confident. You can spot it a mile away. And it doesn't matter what size you are, just as long as, or age, just, I help women feel really confident with themselves, so they get their own sort of wow factor, and that just oozes from them. So to know how to dress so you look great, and you've got your best colours on, you've got your best styles that suit your body, and you can put it together, an outfit together quickly and just get on with your life. That's what I do.
Yeah, I mean, that is really powerful to actually give women that. And the fact that you also have like the neuro-linguistic programming aspect as well, where you can actually help people with the subconscious stuff that's happening that might be holding them back as well.
Yes,
it's a pretty good package, isn't it? So for anyone who is really feeling like they need that boost to their confidence, just overall, then that sounds like a great way to go. I'm definitely going to have to come and see you.
Well, we don't grow up. No one really tells us how to style ourselves. When we think about it, we grow up and we're styled by our mothers. We're styled by hand-me-downs. We're styled by cousins' clothes. We don't have a style. We don't learn how to put it together. So this is really about, I really go deep. I go into your personality, your values, and we really draw out what your style looks like. So many women don't know what their style is. They like it on other people, but they don't know how to get it for themselves. They want what she's got, but they don't know how to get it. So I'm the creator here and help you.
You're the person to go to. No, I definitely need to come and see you, because that sounds exactly like me.
Love to have you.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. All right. So that's, yes, some amazing things to think about. I mean, even just that idea around the psychology of colour, let alone all of the other elements that come into it. It's amazingly powerful, isn't it? Just that visual impact of people seeing you for the first time and what impression they get.
Yes. And if you're not sure and you're thinking, I'm not sure what my impression is giving people, take some photos and have a look and critique yourself. You know, would I use your service if I was looking for someone to use your service? Ask a friend, maybe not too close a friend because they might have a real honest answer. Or, you know, Marianne, ask yourself, ask me, you know, send a photo, say, and we can have a look at it. So, or ask your coach or your mentor.
Yes, well, that's right. It's sort of all those people that are around you who are there to give you some advice and support are the ones
Yes.
to probably ask.
Yes.
All
and
right.
there's maybe a topic that people don't like to go into. It can be quite personal, but if you're looking to, you know, make sure that you've got your brand aligned with yourself and your values, and you're creating that environment that people want to come and use your services, then that's certainly something to consider.
Yes, definitely. I mean, nowadays with so much emphasis on social media, I suppose the way that you present yourself as a full package is so important, isn't it?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay, well, I think our time has well and truly run out, but we've had a great time, some great information and stories. So thank you for all of your sharing, and it's been absolutely great talking to you and just hearing a little bit more about your story. And also, just a reminder, there is in the comments a way to actually contact Jo if you want to have that 20-minute discovery call, find out how she can help you change where you're at and just build that confidence, which so often as women in particular, I think we struggle with. So thank you so much for that, Jo. I really have enjoyed finding out about it and just finding out about your story. Yes, thanks, Sharon, for joining us. We'll catch up with you around the place as well. Nice to have you with us. All right, I'm going to drop you out now, and then I'll just kind of finish off the broadcast. So thank you so much, Jo.
Thank you, everybody. I look forward to speaking with you.
That was great talking to Jo. So if you have been inspired by what she said, just like I have, then definitely contact her and see how she can help you. It's pretty amazing stuff. And just remember, I've also put in some details for contacting me. So I have a free 30-minute goal setting session if you want to get clear on your direction. If you're struggling a little bit with that, then you can book in for that, and we can actually create some goals, get to see where you want to go in your life, and we can get you started on that new journey that you want to go on. Otherwise, there's also the link to One Life to Flourish Facebook page where you can see other things that I do as well. So please join me next week at the same time, so next Saturday at 4 p.m. Adelaide time, when I will be talking to yet another amazing business owner. So I hope you have a great week, be inspired, and good luck with your business. Bye.